Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Icon and today we're continuing the World of Warcraft Hardcore series on the official service of Stitches. My name is Icon and we are continuing with our hunter Icon Shoots. It is time for a couple of booty bay quests very far away in a land that not people know. It will be the quests around the sunken ships down here. So a couple of them are actually quite good. Deep Sea Salvage is one of them that we're taking. This one here will be a short escort quest. We are putting an explosive trap down here. And you know what? Come in. Might as well be a slowing trap. I'm not sure if it was an elemental or a couple of Nagas. We're going to find out in a second. So, we need to protect this little gnome here, Professor Fizzlethrope. We're going to start that with having our trap spun there. It was 2 elementals actually. Okay, cool. Wonderful. We're being frozen in place. Time for us to draw a couple of cooldowns. And with Tensa going wild and us using rapid fire, these two are not a problem. There we go. Problem solved. Should have used the explosive trap. Good. Now the next step is we need to do a couple of underwater quests, which are relatively straightforward, but they take quite a bit of time actually. Alright, so first things first, we need to drink an elixir of water breathing, because all of the stuff here is going to be underwater. We need to get 10 elven gems, we need to kill quite a few raiders and a few others, and the sorceresses, yep, that is. And we need to find a few items hidden in these shipwrecks. So the hunter does have a bit of an advantage, isn't needing to just go into melee. So that's definitely a plus. However, line of sight will be an issue, and that makes it, on the other hand, also a bit more difficult. So, water breathing is on. Let's do the remaining quests. I'm trying to just clear as much as needed. Each of the ships does have 2 of the items that we need. And we're just clearing potential adds that could come. The biggest problem here is these guys are absolutely prone to add when you are fighting underneath the deck. There's nothing worse than going up against multiple of the Nagas. These guys here do have a net ability, so you can't escape. The others do have Frostbolt, which also makes it difficult for you to escape. Good. And we're moving in. So that's part number 1. We need to go a little bit deeper for part number 2. And that's really where the water breathing comes in handy. An acquaintance of mine once did this quest line without water breathing, and it took him like twice as long because he's continuously needed to get up, maintain his breath. It's just absolutely it's absolutely disheartening if you need to continuously go up. So if I'm not mistaken, second part was somewhere down here. Might be one level higher. Might be this level. And that is why you're killing all of the guys outside. Because stuff can move through the walls here. And it's not fun. Okay, the last one was here. For this book, for this side it is. Good. 2 down. We're feeding Tensa so that Tensa remains happy, and we're moving to the other side. Alright, let's put this mispet at least on our action bar. We don't need to hotkey it, but there should be at least an option to click it and not open the spellbook. Haven't really needed to do that because we were never in dungeons, but sometimes inside these more complex underwater structures, Tensa does some weird stuff. So the only reason why I'm killing all of these guys is because sometimes like Tensa pops up all the way on top, and then automatically he would be aggroing all of those extra mobs. And like I mentioned, when you're fighting multiples, let's say 2 of the casters and 1 of the netting melees, things are not that fun. Good. 2 more items, this time from this ship here. So shortly needed to mute the microphone. There we go. So that was double pull. Couldn't comment on that. 2 casters. But luckily for us, none of them escaped. One of the items that we're looking for is on this level, and one is on a level further below. There's the map, and now we just need to go 1 level below. Alright, Tensa is doing a good job in keeping aggro here. It's a bit difficult. And all the way down here is the last bit. Very good. Killed everything. We just need a few more raiders. 1 more raider actually. And then we're done with the killing part. Which means we only do have the collection part left over, which in my personal humble opinion is the worst part of all. It just takes a lot of time. This one here is 8 minutes, and I promise you the next part is like 20. Good. Now the job is to find these corals. I'll just zoom in. It's one of the few times where being a little bit more zoomed in is helpful, because you're not always clipping the waterline. And our job is to find 10 of these corals. And holy smokes, they are not fun to find. First of all, they don't always spawn. They do have potential spawn points, and you can see them then on the map. Second of all, even knowing where the potential spawn points are doesn't really make it any more simple, because they are typically guarded. Haven't found a single one, and I'm relatively sure that I've not overlooked them. At the beginning, when I did it the first time, like, they are hard to spot when you don't know where they are. But once you kind of know where all of them are, this is one. It's the first one, and you can see just how beautiful it blends into the landscape. And we need to get 10 of these coral gems. Really doesn't help that they are all guarded as well. So that's 1, and we need 9 more. Parry that, or pair that with the low movement speed underwater that we're suffering from, and that they are hidden, and every single one of them is guarded. It makes for a real fun quest. Okay, fast forward for you. Let's see how long it takes. Alright, didn't take exactly 20 minutes, but still 12-13 minutes. And I was fast, so that was good. Which means we've done it all in 25 minutes. That's actually really, really good timing, all things considered. And we would be done here. Next step then would be to find a new location. because those were the last quests here. Did you do the elite quests, by the way? Nice, okay. Oh, that's bad. Thought I would have a friend there that could help us. Anyways, if you do all of these quests,
You have a great day now. Right. Off and away.
then he tells you to talk to the captain tells you to go to Booty Bay and basically hand in the follow-up quest. And then there will be a follow-up quest coming back to here. So the real question is, where do we want to go next? It's likely Feralis, which means what's the quickest way to Desolate? We can either go Menil Harbor to here, fly down, or which I think is quicker because we don't need to walk. We're just making our way down. Cool. So we're back in Booty Bay, where every character should have their Heartstone. Nah, just kidding. You can have it wherever you want.
Be good. Time is money, friend. Hurry back.
So now we're going to trade in that quest. Got the Sunken Treasure. And that's basically the follow-up quest of that quest. We got one more quest here, two actually, Voodoo Dews and the Sansel Secret, which I think we're just going to do real quick. I want to do as many quests as possible before moving over to Feralis and Tenaris. Just with our overall XP. That's why, by the way, the quests down there were great. Like we were at 33% or 34. Now just trading in all of those quests brought us to 50%. That was massive and kind of made up for the time that we used to collect all of the underwater stuff. No, but I want to get this close to level 43 as possible, and then the idea would be we're actually moving down here, got a couple of 43 quests, 44, we can all do that. The Mark of Quality, which is up here, maybe not immediately doable, but there are a couple of follow-up quests that we can take here. Also a bit trade in quests here, goblin sponsorships and so on. And then with 43, 44, Tenaris is like an oyster ready to be feasted upon. There are many quests. It's really good. Hinterlands also will come online at that point, but just a tiny bit later. Given that DPS here, invite please. I was about to say, given that there is just no Scarlet Monastery group, and then there's the one guy that basically says, you know what, we're starting an SM group. I don't believe that that's going to happen, but my argument was essentially, since there is no dungeon group whatso freaking ever at the moment, might as well just get all of the individual quests done. Okay, he found a tank. We have a healer. Oh, this is actually looking quite promising. That's looking quite promising. Good, but focus at the task at hand here, which is which is we need to clear this camp. Sunseal's quest is one of the harder ones here in Strangathorn, if not arguably the hardest, at appropriate level, of course, because a lot of triple and quadruple pulls, and these guys slap. I tell you what, like this pull here, what's upcoming, very, very hard. But we're going to see how the hunter is going to fare. I had a lot of characters that were just taking the short end of the stick when trying this quest. Okay, I think with 50% mana we should be fine.
Aggro.
Yeah, you can shoot through the wall. That is some next level bullshit. Yeah, that was just a double pull. Lucky for us. Could have easily been a triple. And yeah, these guys do have nasty abilities. Shadowbolt, Curse of Weakness, Contagious Rod. A couple of other abilities as well, summoning abilities and so on and so forth. So there's one of 3 named enemies. Mori Clubfoot. And then you can see there's like a massive camp there. Okay, I think these all had like lootable items, yeah. Good, and the right way to crack that camp is, matter of fact, from the beginning. So there will be double pulls. It's just a matter of how to deal with them. And you can see these Nagas. Like Tensa is a tanky gorilla, but these Nagas are pretty relentless.
Aggro.
Okay, I'll take tank the zombie for now. A little bit of stone form to give me more armor. Tensa barely kept alive. There we go. Another healing, just to be safe. So yeah, but you know that we took like triple and quadruple pulls for breakfast. Like that was not a problem whatsoever. And you can see here that this was actually a legit hard pull for us. Which other classes would have needed to reset. Okay. We're back in action. Tensa's moving in. Nice little triple pull. Oh, look at that. We're taking a lot of damage.
Aggro.
Mayday, mayday. We do have Tensa down. I need to pull that more carefully. Alright, let's give it another try. Like I said, needs to be pulled more carefully. The overall damage output of these guys is insane. I do have a really good and level appropriate gun. Fantastic ammunition, a good quiver. So it's not the equipment, and I do have a world buff. It's definitely not the equipment. This guy alone deals 60% damage to Tensa. Mind you, other enemies, like triplets, we did with taking less damage than that. Okay, let's get John. That's a double. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Looks like we got a full group together for Skald Monastery. Then let's do that. Today's episode is a little bit shorter. Let's try the next one in Scarlet Monastery. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.